Welcome everybody to another video with James. I'm going to take the time today to explain to you guys how sinking funds work. Now, financial maths is a very theoretical subject, meaning we need to know a lot of theory before we can actually understand the scenario and actually do the math. So we need to understand what the words mean and also place ourselves into the specific scenarios so that we can get a firm understanding of what we need to do. Look, it's going to be a time in your life where you're going to be doing these type of things financially. So it would be really, really wise to invest in getting to know the meanings and so on and so forth. So what we're going to do today, I'm just going to take you through what a sinking fund actually is. So a sinking fund, a little bit of an explanation, is an investment made to purchase a new asset after the old asset has depreciated and proved its uselessness. And proved it's useless. Cool. Okay, so just quickly, depreciation means something that decreases in value over time. So for example, if you guys purchase a car today, 5 years time, you most probably are going to be selling that car for a much lower value than what you bought it for. So cars, equipment, that type of thing depreciates over time, whereas an asset that appreciates over time, so grows in value, would be example, a home, a house. So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to put a few steps with regards to how to approach a sinking fund question in financial maths. Okay, so your first step would be to work out your book value. Okay, so what is a book value? Book value, there's another two names for that. Your trade-in value or your scrap value. Okay, guys, so what does that mean? It means the amount of money you are getting for your asset that you've purchased quite a while ago, the amount of money that you're going to get for it once you sell it when you're done with it. Okay, so book value, it means the amount that it's depreciated by, that's how much you're going to be getting out. So the formula that we're going to use for this step would be your depreciation formula. And 9 times out of 10, it will be based on a reducing balance method of depreciation. Okay. Awesome. The second step would be to work out what a new asset is going to cost in the future. Okay, so you want to know, okay, you've bought a car now. In 5 years' time, you want to buy the exact same model car, but in 5 years' time. So we need to figure out, okay, how much is one of these cars going to be in 5 years' time? Now, the result of the amount increasing over years is inflation. Now, inflation, for example, your parents went to Spur when they were younger and they had a burger and chips and they paid 15 Rand for the burger and chips. We go to Spur today and we have to pay close to 120 Rand for a burger and chips. Now, this is a result of inflation over the years. You know, prices of things increasing over time as economy and all those type of things happen. We need to understand that that is what inflation is. It's the increasing of something or the increasing of value of something over time. So the formula that we're going to use there is our compound interest formula. That's a T, James. Okay, and that will always be based on a compound interest formula. Inflation is always compound interest because it is based on the previous value of the previous year, the percentage that it's increasing by. Okay, so new asset cost we got 3. Sinking value. Okay, so sinking fund value is going to be your new asset cost minus your book value. And that makes a lot of sense because at the end of the day, put yourself into the scenario. You've bought a car. 5 years' time, you want to buy another car. So when that 5 years comes, you're obviously going to have to pay for the new car at its new price 5 years later. And you're also going to get money for the car that you've traded in. So the amount of money that you need in a sinking fund to be able to cover the extra costs on your new vehicle is going to be your new asset cost minus your book value. And then obviously we want to plan ahead. So we want to see, okay, when I buy my car, in 5 years' time, I want to plan on buying a new one. So for 5 years, I also want to put a little bit of money away so that I have enough money after I've obviously gotten my money from my old car. The remaining amount to pay for the new car, I want to have that already in my bank. And that's what the sinking fund is for. So your monthly installments every month would be the next thing to work out so that you know for the next 5 years, if I pay these monthly installments every month, I will have enough money in my sinking fund to buy my new vehicle. And that would be using a future value annuity, right? Because you're putting small sums away so that in the future you get a big sum. And that formula is x1 plus I to the n minus 1 all over I. Okay, so it's quite nicely laid out here for you guys. So this is your steps that you would follow for attempting a sinking fund. Awesome. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put these to practice. So I'm going to shrink them a little bit to the middle there, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to enlarge it, and we can start this question. So the first question we got, Fred the farmer purchased a tractor for 441,000 Rand. The tractor depreciates at 25% per annum on a reducing balance. The cost of a new tractor increases by 13% per annum compounded annually. Now, question A. Let's have a look. Find the value of the old tractor in 6 years' time. So we obviously are now working out the book value of the old tractor. So we are going to be using depreciation. So D equals P1 minus I to the power of N. And the depreciation rate on a reducing balance is 25%. So we have a value of 441,000 currently. I want to know what it's going to be in 6 years' time. So we have 25% to the power of 6. And we can put that into our calculator. So we have 441, 123, 1 minus 25 shift percent to the power of 6. And we have 78488,53. So the value of your tractor in 6 years' time drops from 441,000 Rand to 78,488 Rand and 53 cents. Okay. Just shows you how fast things depreciate, especially vehicles or equipment. Okay. Definitely not something to invest in. So here we've got B, find the cost of the new tractor in 6 years' time. Okay, now we're going to work out what is the cost of the new tractor. So now we're going to be using compound interest because it's inflation, right? So the cost of a new tractor increases by 13%. So 441,000, 1 plus 13% to the power of 6. Let's see how much a new tractor is going to be. Okay. Sure, quite a lot more. 918,140 Rand and 72 cents. That's how much a new tractor is going to be with the current inflation rate over the next 6 years. Okay, fantastic. So now we've got that. So now it says here for C, it says here, Fred uses the old tractor as a trade-in. Fantastic. So we're getting the 78,488 Rand and 53 cents to put towards the new cost of our vehicle. He decides to put a fixed amount at the end of each month into a sinking fund so that he can be in a position to purchase a new tractor in 6 years' time. There are exactly 72 payments, with the last payment being made at the end of the 6-year period. All fine there, it's considered to be normal scenario. Calculate the monthly repayments if interest is earned at 9.5% per annum compounded monthly. Okay, fantastic. So C is going to be the result of using your future value annuity formula. And we are going to be solving for X. Okay, so first of all, over here, I want to know what my sinking fund value is. So according to the steps, notice how questions aren't always going to be so nice, guys. They are not going to give you, okay, work out for A step 1, work out for A step 2, B for step 2, C for step 3, and then D for step 4. No. Do you notice that we first need to do our own step 3 here to work out how much I need in my sinking fund, and that then is going to then be used as my future value for my 4th step to work out my installments. So what we're going to have to do here is the sinking fund value that we need is going to be 918 Rand, 918,140 Rand and 72 cents minus my 78,488.53 that I'm getting for my trade-in. Okay, and then what we're going to do, that is going to be my future value for my question C. So we're just going to minus 78,488.53, and we're going to need 839,652 Rand and 19 cents. Okay, so that's the amount of money that I'm going to need in my sinking fund by the time I want to buy my new tractor. So my future value is going to be 839,652,19 equals X, which is what I'm trying to figure out. 1 plus, I've got an interest rate of 9.5% compounded monthly for the next 72 years minus 1 all over 9.5% over 12. Okay, and a little bit of algebra here to make X the subject of the formula. 839,652,19 is going to times by 9.5% over 12 all over 1 plus 9.5% over 12 to the power of 72 minus 1 equals X. Therefore, my installments that I'm going to have to pay in every month is going to be as follows. Answer, fraction button, 9.5% over 12 all over 1 plus fraction button 9.5% over 12 to the power of 72 minus 1. Okay, so I'm going to have to put away 8,697 Rand and 14 cents. Okay, in order to have enough money. So guys, that is a sinking fund. Believe it or not, sinking funds are investments made to purchase a new asset after the old asset has depreciated and proved itself useless. Okay, great. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're wanting to look for more, please click the subscribe button and have a look at what we have to offer. And then also all these notes can be found on the James book, which we are selling. So please, if you are interested, please drop us a comment or drop us a message, and we can definitely get one of those to you. Awesome. Thank you so much. Cheers.